Mac and cheese day. Person A, you are going to need the cheese, the salt, and macaroni. I have shells right now because that's what I had at home. Person B, you will need flour and butter. And person C, you will need milk, you'll need cream, and you'll need salt and pepper, which will be out here when we need it. Okay, person A, you will already have a boiling pot or... Okay, person A, you will already have a boiling pot of water when you come in the room. Alright, so once you have your ingredients, we're going to carefully take the lid off so the steam goes away from us. You will have your salt measured out into a little glass bowl. Please don't carry a teaspoon of salt across the room. Alright, and you're just going to dump that in there. It's going to give a little flavor to our macaroni. Alright, then you'll take your macaroni. You're going to carefully add that in. Once the macaroni is in, you're going to need to give it a stir to break it up a bit. You'll notice that the water has temporarily stopped boiling. That's what happens when you add that extra ingredient, because it temporarily lowers the temperature. You're just going to need to stir this occasionally throughout the time that it cooks. So in the meantime, you're going to grate the cheese. Person B, you're going to take a regular saucepan, put it on medium heat, and then add in your butter. And we're going to let that melt. Butter's all nice and melty, so now we're just going to add in our flour, and we're going to stir that in. And now it's giving us a thick, bubbly paste. Okay, person C, you're taking over now. You've added in the milk. Alright, it was half a cup of milk, half a cup of cream, and we're going to continuously stir this, making sure you get the bottom until it starts to thicken. You need to be patient. It's going to take about 10 minutes. Okay, at some point you're going to want to add in a little salt and pepper. Alright, and I'm not going to put measurements on that. It's up to your group. And then I'll also have some other things out if you want them, maybe paprika or chili powder if you want to spice it up a bit. Okay, our sauce is nice and thick and a little bubbly here. We're going to turn down the heat just a little bit. We're going to start adding the cheese in a little bit at a time. Okay, my cheese is just about melted. It's creamy, oozy goozy goodness. And we're getting ready to mix it in with the macaroni. Okay, our macaroni is just about done. We knew this by taste testing. Remember, we don't put our fingers in the water. Use a slotted spoon to get out a macaroni or two. We're going to use pot holders on both hands, and we're going to carry it over to the sink carefully and empty it into the colander. Look behind you before you take that big pot of scalding water. Alright, see all the steam coming off of there? Make sure you don't have your face directly over it. And I'm just going to stir this up a bit, give it a little bit of a shake. Oop, I lost this shell. Alright, to get some of that excess water off. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it into the saucepan. Okay, I turned off the heat from the saucepan and I carefully put the shells, which you'll have macaroni, into the sauce. Alright, I did that not by just dumping it over the bowl, because there's a good chance I could miss. Okay, I used my big spoon for that. Now I'm just going to stir it all up so that all of the pasta gets evenly coated with this delicious sauce. And next I'm going to put it into a buttered dish. Ta-da! Doesn't that look delicious? Alright, at this point we're going to stop because we won't have time to bake and eat it. What you're going to do is you're just going to leave this on the stove so I have room to cool underneath. You're going to take a piece of foil, label it, and set it on the side on the counter over there. When it cools off, I'll cover and put it in the fridge. Then tomorrow before you come in, I'll put it into bake, so it'll be ready for you. The last step you'll need to do is measure out breadcrumbs and put them in your little cup and cover it and just leave it on your counter. So I'll be able to just dump them on nicely before I put them in the oven. The end.